I'm going to make my remarks really quick because I do like to keep us on time. It's part of my type A personality, which all of you are familiar with. So, um, the first thing I would like you to do is to look around. Look around at all of these people who have been chosen. They are fire leaders. They have been chosen by us. Every single one of you was asked to be here, was sent an invitation. We wanted you in this room together. Some of you are under a year into this process, and some of you, if you're Valley Fire, 10 years. For us, it's 8 years. So when you look up at our hills and they look a little funnier, different colors, understand that's because 8 years ago on October 8th, our lives totally changed. And it went from the unimaginable to our reality. And many of us then dedicated our lives after that to trying to make this process better, less broken, and to build community. What I would like you to do now is if you are from a mega fire community, can you please stand up? So one of the things I'm most proud of is that this room is half full at least of people who have walked it, who are walking it every day, the long slog of recovery. They're doing the hard work long after the media has left, long after the donors have mostly left, not all of them. Not you, Miguel. Um, or, the Hawaii Community Foundation. And I want you just to give yourselves a round of applause and an internal hug that we see you and we know how hard this work is. You all are also, if you didn't lose your home, but you're still leading in wildfires, also stand up, Department of Angels. I see you. Yeah. Because there is no way. There is no way to walk this, and not even if you didn't lose your home. I didn't lose my home, and look at my trauma response. I'm sitting right here. Okay, you can go ahead and sit down. I do want to just really quickly familiarize yourself with our newest community, which is the Eden and Palisades fires. We specifically wanted Maui and the LA fires to have a moment at the very beginning. I think it's important that we're also ceremonious about bringing in our new people. These fires were devastating, and last year when we were standing here together, we had no idea of what was to come, and that I thought Maui might be our most complicated yet, and then LA was like, "We got this," and then gave us a double one with, just a tremendous amount of damage and some new problems, and we have to tackle some old ones too. We have, since January, been working full time, full blast, on the ground in LA, working really hard to support the leadership there. And we will stay with them as we stay with our other communities. We're going back to Maui in 2 weeks. But I know how hard that first year is. We all do. We just want to say that we recognize how hard it is. We appreciate all your innovation and the slog of the everyday of doing it again. And many of you are also rebuilding your homes at the same time, and it matters, and we see it. These are all the fires we've been working in since 2008. I'm sorry, 2008, 17. Feels like that long. That's a long time and a lot of fires. We're not gonna be done anytime soon, so we have to gather. We have to learn from each other, and we have to build connections here because maintaining your leadership after a disaster is so freaking hard. It's hard. It's really tough work, and as soon as you get it down, it changes, which I find rather rude. It's a lot of fires. What you see in this room is courage. You see brilliance and you see scar tissue that has been turned into strength. And if you don't feel that way yet because you're only less than a year, you will get there. I promise. This is not ordinary. This is not an ordinary summit. If you look around, you have fire survivors, leaders, fire chiefs, mayors. My favorite mayor is here, Mayor Bisson. You have FEMA, you have organizers, you have partners, you have people who started something after a disaster, which is also really hard. You're all curated to be here. We love to platform leaders at every stage, and I hope that you see that. Like, you don't have to be 7 years in before I'm like, oh, well, perhaps I'll put you in front of other people. I don't believe in that. I want people who are fresh to also be monitored, and not monitored, but mentored by people who are longer into this. We started this summit in 2019 with 30 people. North Bay Fires, so 4 counties, Camp Woolsey, and Tim Carpenter. Can you stand up because you were there in that room? Was anybody else in that room? And Fannie Mae actually funded that. That's Tim from Fannie Mae, and so I'm very honored to see this really powerful community that we've built together. Many of you will recognize this from SC Justice Center, but I was an English major, so I'm a big June Jordan fan, and I do believe this, that it can be really disconcerting after a disaster to realize, like, what doesn't exist. And we have to create what doesn't exist, and we can get caught up in how we're upset that that thing didn't exist, but if we should invent it, then we are going to invent it, and many of you in this room are going to do that, or going to improve upon how we're doing this. We are the ones that we've been waiting for, and you're in this room. I really want to thank all of our sponsors. Snapchat is our presenting sponsor. I'd also like to note that they don't usually do sponsorships like this, but they did it because they've been very supportive of us from the beginning. Snapchat co-founder Evan Spiegel is actually the co-founder of Department of Angels with Miguel Santana from California Community Foundation. Because of all of these people and all of these sponsors, there are no fire survivors or leaders who pay to be here if you're not in the private sector. In fact, we funded about 45 of you from beginning to end, from the time you like parked at the airport until you go home. We are committed to doing that. That's what sponsorship dollars should be used for, and we are very, very grateful for Airlink and United Airlines for all the ways that they helped us do that. So I'm extremely proud of making this not only an event that has some of the best people I've ever met, best club, but also great leaders. And also, I don't want people not to be able to come because they cannot afford it. I don't believe in that. I don't like it. Thank you. Before I introduce Miguel, I would like to point out Riva and Natalie are here somewhere. And Riva's here. I don't know where Natalie is. Valerie has like 17 jobs, so we leave her alone until the very end. But our team is really like 3 main people who put all of this together, and I am like half a person in doing it. And so big round of applause, a lot of gratitude.